That's it.
Okay, so what we're going to do this evening is just pay some attention to just unhooking from our thoughts. It's just this is a nice practice to do at the end of the day. So, yep, so we all get those thoughts, they're part of everyone's experience. And one of the things that stopped mindfulness, particularly from being accessible to me in my head, was the fact that I had to push my thoughts away in order to practice. Um, when actually we just need to bring the mind back from its thoughts, and that is the practice. Okay, so make yourself comfortable, settle in that seated position, that place of comfort, and then just close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Okay. And just as you close your eyes and as you're settling down, just inquire and just be curious about the energy in the mind and body. So somebody's just joining us. So just continue to do that. So just find yourself in a comfortable position. Close down the eyes. When you're ready, get comfortable, take the time that you need, and just notice how you're feeling. So just notice if you are feeling a particular emotion, or if you've got a thought that's like looping, running round in your head. You might see it as a train. That's how I'm sort of imagining it. Just sort of going round on the track, just going round and round and round. So just really inquiring. And just notice if the thoughts or feelings have just got any particular essence to them in terms of, and that could appear as like a feeling, or you might find it difficult to settle, or you might be a thought that's been going round and round, so you might notice that you're very tired. So just notice the energy of the day that you've been through, and just notice what that is resting in the mind and in the body. Because the mind and the body are not separate, they are all connected by our nervous system. And the mind may be active, the body might feel worked up, or you might notice a bit of lingering anxiety about something. Anything at all. It doesn't have to be something that somebody else would deem important. And then just bring into your mind's eye, just think of shaking one of those snow globes. And just think of all the energy just being shaken up And as you rest, just those little snowflakes of the snow globe of your mind just falling gently to the ground. So just falling through the body, touching on the way to the ground, the way to the bottom of the snow globe, those points of connection with the surface that we're taking up. So that back of that head and the shoulders, the deep shoulder blades, the back of the heart and the lower back, the pelvis, the snow just settling, coming down through the thighs and knees, calves, ankles to the feet, all the thoughts just falling away, thinking of yourself as the snow globe and every snowflake as a thought. So in this way, watch as each and every snowflake falls to the ground. And if you can, refrain from applying any force to yourself to calm down. Just let it happen slowly and organically. So you might find that initially everything came, all those thoughts and tension were going down to the ground very quickly. But you might want to re-scan just through those points of connection and just see if maybe any snowflakes have got caught on a branch. So maybe through the body on the way down, and then you can just imagine it just shaking free and continuing on its journey. And then just bring your attention just to the noise of the breath within the body. So just choose one spot next to the body. So it might be on the outside, close to the body, or it could be on the inside of the body, where you can just observe the free flowing breath. We're not trying to control it, so there's no counting. We're just observing it as it enters the chest, the shoulders, perhaps the abdomen, floating up and down, or maybe in the nostrils. Observing the physical sensation of the body breathing. And just when the mind when the thoughts start up, when you realize that you've been distracted. It's perfectly natural. We all do it. It's the nature of being human. Just find your way back to just observing the breath. In whatever place is comfortable. And you might feel the body just dropping down, releasing its tension. Just maybe sticking with the snow globe visualization as those thoughts begin to rise up again. Maybe those snowflakes are rising up with the wind. And just observe the snowflakes as they settle back down again. So you can do either one or both, just focusing on the breath and the releasing, or of the snow globe, and the snow, the thoughts just falling away. And just see if you can open your awareness just to include just how you're feeling. Just what is your primary emotion. And don't try too hard. So instead of returning to the breath this time, when you notice that the mind has wandered, just notice what the mind is doing. So it might be starting to dream. It might not make any sense at all. Or you might notice yourself planning, dreaming, trying to figure something out, or maybe replaying past experience. Maybe something that happened earlier in the day or yesterday. And whenever you observe the mind doing this, just let it be. That is mindfulness, just recognizing when you're having that thought. Just trying not to encourage the thought, but also not pushing it away. And then in that in-between space, we can start to relax. The body can start to settle. By just allowing it to be, allowing it just to go on its own. Just to see if you can watch the passing of the thoughts as they follow their natural trajectory. just until it leaves the mind. And then there's an expansion in the stillness and the awareness that you can truly take rest in. And in this space, you don't need any permission. And then the cycle probably starts again. You notice you've been distracted, or suddenly you're dreaming, or planning. Again, you're just trying not to encourage it, but also not pushing it away. So just trying to find that space where you can observe it. And at any time, you can either bring your focus into observing the breath and just the movement of the body, or that visualization of the snow globe. And of all of the tiny little bits of snow in the snow globe, like the thoughts, just floating down. And it doesn't matter how long your mind wanders for. You might notice that you've been totally asleep or totally lost in a thought. And the mind has wandered away for some time and thought about something that logically seems quite nonsensical. So just try to observe if that self-judgment of something being nonsensical arises. So you might just notice that inner critic that we all have, rearing its head. In between everything. And you can always return to the breath for a few moments, or the snow globe, to ground yourself back into the practice. And then just scanning through the body again, just as we're coming to the end of the practice, just to notice how the body is feeling now. So we'll just start at the top of the head. Just noticing how the forehead feels. If we're furrowing our brow, or if the face is in a neutral and soft position, the back of the head, and the back of the neck, and the shoulders. The shoulders of the back body reaching down into the mid-back, and the back of the heart being supported by those shoulder blades, coming down through the mid-back to the lower back, coming down into the pelvis, into that pelvic space, includes those hip joints, and just feel them supported by the chair from the back and from the underneath as well. And then leading down into the back of the thighs and the back of the knees, the calves, the ankles and heels, and lastly the bottom of the feet. And then just having acknowledged and felt all those points of connection, just imagine the position the body is making, and just see if you can, in your mind's eye, see yourself in the room, either lying down or sitting down, and then really coming back to the body. So landing there and just bringing the practice to an end, maybe dedicating the practice to someone or giving some words of gratitude. No judgment to what we give gratitude for. And then just bringing some movement into the outer extremities. So maybe into the hands, and then mirroring that in the feet. And bringing your eyes to a gentle open, seeing that it's actually still light. And just taking that time to come to however we're feeling. And then just letting you know that I'm just going to stop the recording now, so you will just hear the voice on the recording telling you that she's stopping.